Most High says that vengeance is his. Greetings, viewers. Tonight, I have come to give you this message, a message that I have been yearning to share, even if I didn't know I wanted to. When I was young, as I lost my parents in an alleyway to a robber. After that, my life was a pure tragedy. Nothing but despair. And it wasn't until I was attacked by a bunch of bats in a bureau that I realized my purpose. Then many years later, I inherited my father's wealth. I used my father's wealth to build something. To build gadgets, to build suits, to build a persona. The persona of what was once my fear. To become the protector of Gotham. The Batman. For many years I've protected Gotham from many criminals. The Joker, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, and so many other people that had potential for good, but like darkness consumed them. I am the only one that stands between Gotham's and its criminal underworld. But sometimes I think, what if I am too busy fighting in the criminal underworld, and if I'm not fighting hard enough for my place in heaven? Sometimes I think, what if I go to hell for all the vengeance I've committed, as my justice slowly turned into vengeance? Have I become the darkness? Have I become what I hate? To answer that question, I don't know. Because I've been told many times I have, by the citizens of Gotham, by my own team, and sometimes from the grave image of my parents and their last dying breaths. Sometimes I think, what if I made a mistake becoming Batman? Because in my pursuit to put out the darkness, what if I became the darkness? But then I realized all that mattered was if I had the faith in the Most High, and I enacted justice fairly, with the intent of not hurting people, but giving people a second chance. For even if we live in a fallen world, I believe that even I can make a difference. Now, you're probably wondering how to be a light in darkness in such a fallen world, especially when we ourselves have darkness too. Well, to that, I bring you these wise verses from the book of wisdom itself. John 8:12. Then Jesus spoke to them again, saying, I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life. So even if we walk in a dark area, as long as we have Jesus within us, we will defend ourselves from the dark forces of this world. Next verse. Matthew 5:14. You're the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. So at first I was conflicted by this verse. For my city, Gotham, is but a dark place with crime, hate, and just pure chaos. Criminals, corrupt cops, corrupt politicians, everything. And even when I try to make a difference, I am made out to be the bad guy. I mean, I can't blame them. I am dressed as something fearful. But then I use my favorite verse to remind me if the world hates you, remember that it hated me first. Jesus tried to make a difference. He did, but the world still mistreated him, and things took a turn. Unfortunately, the citizens of Gotham have never tried to crucify me or kill me, only tried to apprehend me. But I have a feeling that one day I might face something like that. But as long as I have faith in Jesus, I shall fear nothing but him. Now, for the next verse. Ephesians 5:8. For you were once darkness, but you are now light in Lord. Walk as children of light. The verse says that we all have darkness in us, for we are born with sin. And trust me, I know. I am a sinful man, unfortunately. The irony is that I started out punishing others for their sins, not recognizing my own sins. However, we have a chance of repentance at being the light of the world. Even if we don't look like it, we can be. John 1:5. And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehend it not. Dismay. Sometimes I feel like I'm just darkness in darkness. But every time I save someone For some small moment, I could see in their eyes hope. Hope that somebody saved them from the evils of Gotham City. And I think, am I light or am I darkness? Am I a wolf in sheep's clothing or a sheep in wolf's clothing? Sometimes I think it's the first, but sometimes deep down it feels like the second. I don't know, but I'm still figuring out. And even though I am a very dark man, the Lord shall provide me with comrades to help me be the light in the city and the world. (1 John 1:5). This is the message we have heard from him and declare to you, that God is the light, and in him is no darkness at all. The only being with darkness in the universe is the one who, without darkness in this universe, is the one who created us, the Almighty Father. Sometimes we doubt God, but really, he is right all the time. For he is the source of all good light. Good and light. And other than that, the devil, darkness, is from him. Sometimes I feel like I'm letting the devil win by letting my sins get to me. And trust me, I still do. But if Jesus Christ came down to this earth and went through everything to reach us, I will do everything in my power to live a good life of justice in a fallen world. Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? To describe that verse, it basically says, I fear no one but God. No, not even Joker, the Prince of Crime, could ever make me afraid. And now, for the final verse of the day. Isaiah 9:2. The people who have walked in darkness have seen great light. Those who dwelt in the land of the shadow of death, upon them a light has shined. I know everybody watching this video has felt a bit of darkness, sadness, and loneliness in their lives, feeling like they're a loser or they're a failure. But in God's eyes, you have potential to be some of the brightest lights in the world and expose the kingdom of darkness. Now, here's my final take on being the light of the world. Jesus, even in his hardest times, even when he wept, even when people didn't listen to him, even when he was crucified, he still had faith in people. He still died for us. So to be lights of the world, we have to be willing to sacrifice our lives, put our lives on the line for the good, greater good, for the light as some say. So, what are you gonna do now? Are you just gonna sit in darkness and let it consume you? Or are you gonna be the light and repel against the darkness? Thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching this. For I used to say I was vengeance. However, if I, according to my will, am to be vengeance, I have to belong to God. I have to be a servant of God. A light in darkness.